On April 12, 2014, armed men seized the city's police headquarters in Sloviansk. After storming the building, the armed groups hung the Russian tricolored flag everywhere. Despite questions from locals, the groups of men did not explain where they came from or who they were. Where did you come from? Donetsk region. Give an exact answer. Donetsk region is very big. Where are you from? Soon after taking over, they turned Sloviansk into the headquarters of one man who would become a notorious leader, Russian Colonel Strelkov Gurkin. And the building of the local security service of Ukraine became a prison for captives and opponents of what they called the new regime. They kept people here. Did they keep them in the cellar? Well, yes, this is direct proof. This is sadism. There was fierce fighting to recapture the city. Battles raged for 3 months. One strategic point was this hill, Karachun. It was captured, lost, and recaptured several times, passing back and forth from Ukrainian soldiers to Russian-led militants. The Ukrainian armed forces had a difficult task: return the territory to Ukraine while keeping the local population out of the line of fire. The ATO forces, we didn't do an assault in the residential area. We set the task of not attacking where there was a threat to the civilian population. And yet, Russian-led militants did not hesitate to hit the city, using a wide range of weapons. They relentlessly attacked Ukrainian convoys and checkpoints, trying to push back the contact line. They shot down 3 helicopters. Their tactics left no doubts that there were professional Russian servicemen fighting in Donbass. Intercepted radio conversations confirmed this, in particular this one between what is believed to be Strelkov and his handlers in Moscow.
Я тебя хочу вывести на прямой эфир Live News. Я дам этот телефон, они позвонят, представятся Live News из Москвы.
Слушай, а ты уверен, что мне это нужно?
Не представляйся. Хорошо, возьми своего заместителя, того, кто говорит с украинским акцентом, с тем, что все нормально, все в порядке, мы победили, так сказать, эти отступили, с потерями большими. У нас потерь нет.
Ukraine suffered great losses in these battles. Sergei Kolchevsky, a major general, was killed fighting to liberate Sloviansk. A National Guard battalion was later named after him. Along with a unit of 11 soldiers, he died when their Mi-8 helicopter crashed near Karachun Hill in late May 2014. There were no survivors. We were delivering water, bread, and ammunition to soldiers by helicopters, and one of these necessary flights became tragic, but it was an example of unification through grief, and the main goal is victory. On July 4th, 2014, the 25th Brigade, supported by the 95th Airmobile Brigade, reached the central square of the occupied city. During the night, Russian-backed separatist forces and armored vehicles tried to break through, coming from the city of Kramatorsk. But by the morning of July 5th, the city of Sloviansk was completely freed. The militants left many unpleasant surprises behind. The center was full of fortifications and barricades. There were mass graves of people shot and tortured. Also, the bodies of dead militants and Russians thrown in a heap. Houses were mined. There was no water, little or no electricity. The locals were terrified and intimidated by lies and propaganda. Can I speak Ukrainian? Yes, as you wish. As I want? This is all speculation. Russian, Ukrainian. My wife speaks Russian. Children speak Russian. At work, Ukrainian. No one is asking for this language, not in Kyiv, not in another city. Go to Lviv, speak Russian. This is all provocation. From Sloviansk, militants escaped to occupy Kramatorsk. The city's central square collapsed into total pandemonium. Eventually, the militants retreated further, fleeing in stolen cars and minibuses to Donetsk. It was this liberation that has laid the foundation for the liberation of the whole of Donbass. Yet it is dragged on, because we're not being opposed by some kind of gang. They are regular troops of the armed forces of the Russian Federation. Of course, this is a very strong enemy, but we want a landmark for them, Sloviansk. It is again Ukrainian, and Donbass will again be Ukrainian. This is what the freed cities look like now. People go to work, children go to school, they celebrate special events, hold concerts and sports competitions, and they are grateful. grateful to the defenders of Ukraine who returned peace to their homes.